Good with everybody.
What's going on with the folk, man? I just thought I would want to do a quick little live. I ain't gonna take up too much of your time. Just want to do a quick little live. Shout out to D Jefferson, Speaking My Sports Talk. If you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe to Speaking My Sports Talk. D Jeff. He's the motivation for this live. Uh, the Jake Paul, Nate Robinson, Stabacle. What's up, Banks? What's up, Los? What's up, Neat? First lady of the NBBC in the building. I'm so pissed at y'all for actually. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got love for you, Lisa. I love Lisa Bales. No diss to my girl Lisa. But the first lady of the NBBC is none other than your girl, Monique Thompson. That's the first lady. First female to ever pop up in my live stream. What's up, Double M? Boxing Lodges United in the building. NBBC in the building. What it do, bro? What's good with you? What's percolating? What's pimping? I sent you the link too. Check your text messages. You should get it. I'm on my phone doing a StreamYard, so it's hard for me to put the link in the chat like that. But shout out to everybody in the chat. But I just wanted to touch on this Jake Paul, Nate Robinson, Stabaco, which I didn't get to fully touch on it the way I wanted to because I had to go. I had something going on in the house and I had to dip. That's why I got off the live stream. So I just wanted to actually get everything out that I wanted to speak on when it came to this. I hope D Jeff slide through so we can holler about it a little bit more if he's not doing something else, he's not busy or something. But okay, feel free to slide on whenever you want, Double M. If you got the time, feel free. But I understand what they're saying about what they're looking at when they say Nate Robinson is an athlete. He's very athletic due to boxing and all that. What I wanted to say to Double M and D Jeff that I didn't get to say was yes, Nate Robinson is a very small player when it comes to playing in the NBA. He's very small. He's banging with these really big guys that are 6 foot 7 feet individuals that are just banging, hitting them around and all that. And that's all fine and dandy when it comes to banging to the body. And I get what you're saying about him banging with bigger guys. But that's banging to the body, getting hit in your arms, just hitting body damage. We talking about getting hit in the chin now, fellas. We're not talking about some, trying to, go up the middle to put a ball in the basket and you might get bumped and knocked over and you might fall and hurt yourself or some shit like that. That's some other shit. That's some backyard school shit. But we talking about somebody actually trying to punch you in your shit. Your chin, his chin wasn't getting hit for the amount of years that he played in the NBA. His chin wasn't getting touched. His body was, his shoulders, his hip, his back, his chest, maybe his gut a few times or whatever, fall here, fall there, hardwood floors. I get that part. But he ain't taking no shots. He ain't got nobody punching on him, hitting on him, none of that shit. Jabbing at him, none of that. That's different situation now. His chin is gonna be getting tested. His chin. It's a different thing when somebody is punching on you than when you just playing basketball. But I understand the point of the physicality of the game, him being the height that he is, going up against the players that he was going up against. I completely utterly understand that. But again, none of that was on the chin. And this is going to show, can he take him on the chin? Now, don't get me wrong. I think Nate could dish some shit. But we don't know if he could take some shit. We don't know. We ain't seen it. What's up, Gabe? We ain't seen if you can take something. So we gonna find out. Now, do I think skill for skill? I think they probably about even. In my humble, honest opinion, I think they about even. Because neither one of them were boxers. You got a YouTube content creator and you have a former basketball player who is now a YouTube content creator. And both of them, in some instance or another, probably just do boxing maybe just to stay in shape. It's not something they do as a real lifestyle. Like, this is what they do. It may be something they do maybe twice a week. It's not their lifestyle. Now, Jake Paul has trained with professional fighters. Not saying that Nate Robinson hasn't. I'm not saying Nate Robinson, being a professional basketball player playing for a team such as the New York Knicks, I do not believe that he hasn't met any real life trainers or boxers throughout his career. I'm sure he's met a ton of them. I will not take that from Nate Robinson. But at this particular time, what I'm seeing more so from Jake Paul, I mean, Nate Robinson just came out the blue. Jake Paul, in a sense, at this particular time, he's been boxing for a little bit. And Jake Paul ain't Logan Paul. Jake Paul got a little more dog in it. Not a lot. Got a little more dog in it than Logan. Logan don't really got that much dog in it. But Jake, he got a lot more dog in it than people give him credit for. Now, like I said before, I think it's a 50-50 situation. I feel like if Nate Robinson is able to get in on the inside, because if it's a jabbing battle, he going to lose that. He don't want to have a jabbing battle with Jake. No, he don't want to do that. So what he want to do is get on the inside, utilize his feet, because I do believe that Nate Robinson may possibly have the better feet of the two. And if he's able to exploit that in any shape, form, or fashion, then that might be the difference in the fight. But if he is not able to do that, and if Jake Paul is showing a significant amount of skills to where he can deal with that, then Nate is in for a long night. Now, another reason why I say it's a 50-50 is because Nate Robinson, well, in a sense, this won't be with a crowd, I would believe. But if it was in front of a crowd, Nate Robinson is used to playing in front of over 20,000 people. So the crowd factor won't matter to him. Now, the fatigue factor, Nate Robinson, and I feel you, D, about him being a basketball player, playing with the conditioning of a basketball player athlete. I get it, D. I get you, dog. I feel you. But I tell you, as a person that's been there from my experience and what I'm telling you, it is a different level of fatigue when you are in that squared circle than you are when you're on the basketball court. It's a different level of fatigue. Different level. I'm not trolling, Alex. I didn't get to finish saying what I got to say on D. Jefferson's live stream because I had a family situation. And if I wouldn't had that situation, I would have got all this out on his live stream. So since I wasn't able to do that, I am making my own live stream stating it. Now, to my boy G-Dub, who said, sorry, man, he doesn't have a clue who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Jake Paul, Logan Paul's brother, and Nate Robinson, former professional basketball player. He's played for only team that I've known him to play for that I know of. I'm sure he's played from. He also played for the Bulls, I believe, but he played for the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. So, exactly, Truth. It's really more so about entertainment. Shout out Truth, son. It's really about entertainment more so than anything. But like I said, the fatigue factor. Now, Jake Paul has been in there already. He know what it feel like to be in there. And I'm not saying in a sense, regardless of his opponent, I'm just saying being in the ring, having those lights on you, the way that they're on you, dealing with that, all that, the heat, how hot it is in there, all that. It's a different level of fatigue. It's a different level when you in that ring versus when you on the basketball court. And you got to remember too, on the basketball court, you can take out the game. You can sit out the game for about maybe 2, 5, maybe even 10 minutes, depending on the player, the caliber of the player you are. You don't get that in boxing. You got to scrap 3 minutes straight. You get a 60-second break, and you got to go right the fuck back at it again. It's going to be a different level of fatigue. A different level of fatigue. Of course, it's a disgrace to boxing, but this is where we've come in the sport. This is where we've come to in the sport of boxing. This is how far we've come, to the point where a simple YouTuber and a former professional athlete, a boxer, and or maybe even a football player, because I was even told or even seen that there was supposed to be a fight with Antonio Brown and Logan Paul. So it's gotten to the point where these promoters, and hence Eddie Hearn, is willing to put together these basically BS caliber type of fights, in a sense, for entertainment, and probably because we are not getting the top caliber fights that we really want to see. That's probably why. I don't know if that's the real reason. I'm speculating. What's up, Zach? But as far as I'm concerned, I agree with you, Ralph. It's a disgrace to boxing. But since this is something that is happening, and it was something that I wanted to touch on with my boy D Jefferson, shout out my boy D Jefferson, Speaking My Sports Talk. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I just want to feel that I want to touch on this because I didn't get the opportunity to touch on it during his live stream. So I wanted to speak on that to my platform and to the people that follow me on my platform. What's up, Dragonland? What it do, Double M?
My mic was off. What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on it. I didn't get a chance to say everything I wanted to say during the live. So
I know, because D is a Napoleon on that mic. I didn't realize how bad he could get. He's funny. He get wound up. When he get wound up.
Yeah, I saw you winding him up. I saw that you're a good debater. I keep telling people like you one of the best debaters that I know.
I was just wanting to get y'all going. Y'all was going good. I was like, I love it. This is what I'm talking about.
I don't agree that that I see that Nate is athletic and all that. That's cool. I get you. I understand that. And I get he a basketball player. I understand all that. I'm not knocking that. But it's gonna be a different level. What you think happened to Conor McGregor? You think it's not like the UFC gym, the ring. It's not like being in the UFC cage. It ain't like that. It's totally different. You only fight for 25 minutes. In this ring, you fight for 30 over 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So yeah. And you constantly going. You're not really getting no, you know what I'm saying? You can't really take no whole break. Like, you know, in the UFC, I could hold you for 2 minutes and take a breather. You can't do that in boxing. They're gonna break that shit up.
This only about this is only about a 3-round exhibition, right?
I don't know. I don't know how many rounds. I didn't even know they was fighting until I saw D Jefferson stream this morning. To keep it real with you.
That's why I think I seen it, but I didn't pay much attention to it, so I didn't know who was actually going. I saw it. I did see it, Nate Robinson, but I didn't think it was a Nate Robinson in basketball. That shows you how much I was paying attention to it, because I didn't even, connected to the ball player. And so I was like, oh shit. And then I'm just like you. When I saw it on D, that's when I on D Jefferson's channel, that's why I was like, oh shit, for real? That Nate Robinson? I'm like, whoa.
That's when I clicked on it. I'm like, for real? I'm like, what? Man, hold on.
Yeah, that's like, that's kind of interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what kind of, like that came out of nowhere, and I get it, you know what I'm saying, about, like I said, his athleticism. It takes more than athleticism to win fights. Like his athleticism ain't gonna be his win. And I get what he was saying about, he banged with big players. Yeah, but his chin wasn't getting touched.
Facts, not purposely at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it wasn't on, like, nobody was purposely trying to actually punch Nate Robinson in the chin while he was playing basketball. Nobody.
Oh, probably an elbow. Most likely in basketball.
Yeah, he might have caught a little elbow here or there. You know what I'm saying? But even then, it was like, it wasn't no consistent. You're not constantly going at somebody. You're not constantly having somebody constantly punching on you, hitting on you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Jake Paul is the hardest puncher in the world, but I mean, I don't think he hit like no bitch. You know what I'm saying?
You think he's better? You think Jake Paul is better than Logan, though?
Yes. I think Logan sucks.
Logan's the bigger of the two, though, isn't he?
Yes, he's the bigger, but skill, and I mean, and I'm not just saying like size, but I'm just saying like skill wise, hunger, like as far as like wanting it more, regardless of the skill set, just wanting it more. Jake Paul is the guy. He wanted more. He want to prove himself. He want to prove he better. Logan is like, I'm Logan Paul.
Younger brother
Logan Paul without this shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like that baby brother complex, phlegmatic personality.
Yeah, like, you know, I always got something to prove because of this motherfucker.
Right, got you.
So I think with that, that's what gives him an edge. Now, if he was nothing different than his brother, oh yeah, Nate watches him. Easy work, because he don't have it in him. It's not in him. But I think it's in Jake. I don't think it's in Logan. Yeah, because Jake really want to train with the top, with the best real. That's what I was trying to convey to D. Was Logan don't really care about training with. He training with his homeboys when he get ready for fights. He might go train with a good trainer here or there, but he really working out with his homeboys. Jake really took the time to go with a real boxer that's been boxing in a Shane Mosley, and he took the time to train with him, learn from him. That's why what I was trying to tell D. I'm not saying just him training with him. No, Jake Paul really took tutelage from Shane Mosley. So it's a different perspective of the boxing game with Jake than it is with Logan. That's why I'm giving him some sense of a chance to win this fight.
Right. And that's what my thing with D was like, this guy's 20 million YouTube subscribers. I don't know if he has that many. I know Logan got 22 million. Jake probably has close to about the same amount. He's like, this guy did a YouTube and did his boxing, did an exhibition with Anderson Gibb was his name, Anderson Gibb. And then he went back to YouTube. He didn't step in, work out, do anything else no more. I was like, that's why I disagree with D. I was like, well, D, you can't say that. That's speculation. The kid might actually like taking a liking to boxing training as a workout. It could be that could be his fucking workout on his personal time. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? He like,
yeah, that's all I was saying to him. Like, you don't know what he's doing. Like, I get, you know, you see him doing the videos and all that. That's just for his fans. He's supposed to do that. But we don't know if Jake is, I mean, do he look like he getting fat? Do he look like he lost the step? Like, you could tell if a person ain't training because they'll look bigger or they'll get skinny, you know, little things you'll notice. And I'm like, I was going to ask him, are you noticing these things? And if he would have said no, then like, what does that tell you?
Right. And I can't say I've noticed because I haven't paid any attention to the two since their fights on the zone. So I know, I mean, Logan seemed to be a pretty dude who probably always kept up with his, body. And probably Jake is probably going to be following those footsteps somewhat, just as big brother, little brother thing, competing and everything. He may not even have a care for it. But the fact that he's doing the boxing like his brother did makes me think, okay, maybe he does. And he did come into the fight with way more ferociousness versus Anderson Gibb than Logan did it versus when the part I saw, he looked, like he definitely was trying to prove a point when he fought Anderson Gibb. Then Logan did when he was fighting what's the boys? Yeah, KSI. Yeah, he did look like he was trying to prove a lot more point. He came in, he was trying to take Anderson Gibb, but he had a big ass. I just swear he had too much of a big target with that nose that Anderson Gibb got. You know what I mean? I'm not letting that nose down. He gonna be known as Anderson Nose. Anderson Nose Gibb. You know what I'm saying? Or Nosasan Gibb. That nose was ridiculous. I was like, man, I think he was bleeding from it too. I was like, man, you can't escape that thing, man. Everybody can hit that thing.
Yeah, that's a target for real. Like you asking to get hit with that thing. It's no getting
That's what I'm
around that.
saying. That joint was just like, I'm like, man, you can't miss that thing. Any haymaker going to connect with that nose. It doesn't
Yeah,
even matter.
it don't matter how much you bob and weave. It's going that nose gonna catch it. If
But
nothing else
D
gets
got
hit, that nose gonna get it.
all day. But D was getting fired up, boy. He kept saying, "You gonna play this game?" I'm like, "No, I'm not playing the game." I'm like, "Look, seriously though, you can't say the dude had. We don't know if the dude ain't been training, using it as a workout. Workout training, using boxing training as a workout away from the camera. So you can't
Right.
say that. You know what I mean? And if he has, when you brought up the point, if he has, then good for him. You know what I'm saying? Because then
Yeah.
that will help him capitalize on what I was talking about, far as Nate Robinson perhaps closing that gap. You know what I'm saying? As
Right.
far as the training camps. But man, Nate. So Jake Paul is what they say he's 6'1".
Yeah, Nate Robinson's supposed to be about 5'9".
Yeah.
Nate Robinson's supposed to be about 5'9", and I'm like, he's not going to win the jabbing battle with Jake Robinson. I mean, Jake
No.
Paul. He's not going to win that. No, at all. So if he can't utilize his feet, because his head movement don't look like nothing. What I really want to see, and I get it, I see the mid work, and I thank you for letting me see that, because that does give me a sense of confidence that it is a percentage that he will win the
Yeah.
fight, or
That
he
was the
can
first time
win.
seeing it. Yeah, myself.
Right. So, but I want to see him spar. What does he spar like? That's what I want to see next. You know what I mean? Because how you spar is more so what you're going to see in the fight. Is more of a blueprint, not how you hit mitts. The way you hit mitts is just to work on your technicalities and to stay sharp. It's not really how you're gonna really fight per se. But the thing is, he has bad habits, like he's lazy with his front hand. So what that shows me is when he gets tired, let's say, because people, even if it's 3 rounds, I promise you, Double M, it's 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a long time, and I bet you round two, it's gonna be some fatigue that's gonna set in, and he gonna get lazy with that jab, and he's gonna get caught with something over the top. I promise you. I promise you, it's gonna happen. Nate Robinson has never been in the ring and fought on any level, as far as from what I know thus far, unless somebody knows something different. But from what I know, Nate Robinson has not fought on any level in boxing. He's a basketball player. Jake Paul has fought in the ring. I don't care who it was against. He's been in there. He know what it feel like. He know what it feel like when that fatigue set in and how to push through that. He knows what that feel. Nate don't.
True, but that doesn't mean we don't know. Mean Nate don't have a good chin though. We don't know if he has just a naturally good chin. You know what I mean? He's a short, stocky dude. He don't got a lot of neck. You know what I'm saying? So he's pretty compact. He may be able to still take a good punch. Those guys been able to take mostly a good punch.
And Bab says, what weight class? I don't even know what weight class they fighting in. That's how much I haven't kept up with it. I'm just speaking on it, like I said, because I didn't get to speak on it fully when I was on D Jefferson live stream with my boy Double M, Myron Magnus, Boxing Logic United.
I think they fight at 190, somewhere around that, to 200. So cruiserweight.
Wow.
Justin, first of all, introduce yourself. Say, hey, what's up, Justin?
What's up? This is Justin Jr. You guys know me.
And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
Little Justin. What's up, bro? How you been?
Good, doing good. Hey, you guys know who Butterbean is, right?
Yes, sir.
I just interviewed him, so that's good.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit. How did that go?
Oh, I had a rough start because there was a little bit of technical difficulties, and the interview, he came in 20 minutes late, so I had a rough start, and it was only about 5-6 minutes because he only had that much time on his hands, so the first minute or two was rough, but then it was pretty good.
Oh, he only had 5-6 minutes on his hands? Well, he had to go get dinner?
Yeah.
Damn. Myron got jokes.
I'm in that mood today, bro. Damn, so he can only allot you 5-7 minutes, Justin, because he had a craving. Ain't that something? We gotta pay more respect to the youth of our world. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Queen Babs, man. She said, "What's up, buddy? Keep getting those interviews."
Did it go well though? What did you get to ask him?
I forgot what I asked him. You guys can probably play it. Like I said, the first 2 minutes were rough. I started stumbling over my words a little, but then it was good. We were talking about his movies, his brawl in WWF, his kickboxing, his boxing, his fight with Larry, all that.
Wait. Butterbean kickboxed? His fat ass picked up a leg?
Yeah. He did kickbox.
How long did he kickbox? Did he tell you that?
He kickboxed a few years. I think he had a record of 15 wins, 10 losses.
Wow, that's amazing. That's very
between what age?
Let's see.
Was this after boxing or before boxing?
It had to have been before.
After. It had to be after.
Wow.
It was after. No. He started boxing in 1994, and then kickboxing was around, like early 2000s, somewhat, like 04 probably.
Wow. Butterbean fat ass actually kicked somebody. God damn. Could you imagine getting kicked by him though? Like Butterbean can kick you, bro.
Because I can imagine his leg coming off the ground.
But he can do that though. Butterbean kick you right smooth in your head right now.
It's painful with the calf and all.
Oh, for real? He had so he's dealing with injuries now. What did he go in an extensive?
I'm just saying, with the calf kick and all this, it'd be painful. But no, he had injuries. A couple what was it? Hip injuries. That's why he retired. And I talked to him about the Roy Jones Mike fight a little. He said it was a joke.
Oh, why are you hating on Roy Jones and Mike? Damn, Butterbean.
Yeah, I mean, he's friends with Mike. I talked about him for a second, and I always used to play him in Fight Night Champion on PlayStation 3 in 2014. And I know the game came out in 2010, but I would use him because I got it around 2014, 2016. And he was the lowest rated character on the game, but, it was fun playing with them.
Well, yeah, I get you, Town Business, man. I mean, you probably a little older than me because I wasn't born when that was going on. But yeah, it's different now, bro. It's a different age, different era, bro. It's not the same. It's not the same. I mean, yeah, I would rather see a bear versus a man or a man versus a gator. I understand that. I feel where you're going with that. But bro, it's about money now, bro. Yeah, everything is a money grab. It's the same thing with these politicians. The same thing with people like Candace Owens and Officer Tatum. These people aren't real politicians. And these people aren't really for black people. They're just there to get a money grab because these Republicans are paying them on the side to use their platform to basically justify the bullshit or denounce white supremacy, and they need a black person so we can identify with somebody in that shit. That's all it is. Candace Owens has came forth plenty of times and said that she's a Trump supporter. She's not a Republican. She's a Trump supporter. Understand the difference.
Yeah, she's nonpartisan. She's nonpartisan, and she's going for whoever's going to go. But hey,
yeah,
Justin.
Yeah,
you're growing right before our eyes. You sound like you got a little bit more bass in your damn voice.
He was 12. We met him when he was 12. He had just turned 12 when we met him.
He got more bass in his voice. You hit puberty yet, Justin?
I don't know.
Yeah. He don't. I think he'll know in about a couple more months. But
Justin, he knows. He just think I'm messing with him. Justin, your voice is sounding a little more deeper. You're going into your man stage, man. Congratulations to you on the interview with Butterbean, and you sticking with it. And you know what? It was great. You said, the first few minutes it was rough for you and everything, and that you was, stumbling over your words and all that. The beautiful thing is you get to get that out right now at your young age. So by the time I mean, you're going to be a pro 10 years from now. I mean, you're going to have a massive, you know what I mean? You're going to be popping, bro. So it's a wonderful thing that you had this experience young and stumbling over a little bit, maybe a person, you know, a celebrity you talking to, your first interview, or I don't know if it was your first interview, but still, you know what I mean?
He's done many interviews, bro. I mean, check the boy catalog.
Yeah.
I think catalog. MMA fighter, man.
Charles Bennett.
Tell him your catalog, Jess.
Why was you stumbling with Butterbean then?
Because it was rough, and like I said, I had notes on my phone, but I was also calling him on my phone. You know, this panel right here, I was gonna have him on here and he'd show his face and all that, but he said that they were telling him to sign in for something and he didn't want to do it, so I had to FaceTime him and people couldn't see his face, and I had to.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. He was trying to handle multiple things at one time, and distractions. I got you, bro. Man, congratulations to you, Justin. You're gonna be big.
Yeah, man. And he's still growing. I mean, I remember when I first met him, man. 12, just turned 12. And I remember seeing his first interview and everything. I was like, yeah, he on his way. And you're only 13, bro. I'm telling you.
Justin, you're gonna be big, man.
You finna be that dude, bro. Somebody gonna see you and it's gonna be only popping, bro.
You use the great pillars, persistence, consistency, and commitment. And you're gonna be Mr. YouTube.
For real. You on your way, man. Shout out to Justin Jr., man. If you haven't subscribed, man, go subscribe to the boy channel, man. The man's the real deal.
Yeah.
We're proud of you,
Justin Jr.
Keep up the good work, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. We got you. But back to what I was going to speak on with, also, I got to touch on this. Wilder has officially, in my mind, bitched out. He is like, this is some real coward shit, bro. If he don't take this fight, he's not taking this fight with Fury. Are you serious?
Well, I heard
he's not going to take the fight.
I heard the contract has expired for the rematch.
He did that shit on purpose, bro. Wilder knew the duration of the contract, bro. Wilder knew the duration of the contract, and I'm not finna make a whole video shitting on Wilder. I'm gonna shit on Wilder right here, right now. He on some sucker shit. He on some bitch shit. He knew what the fuck he was doing. He knew he didn't want to get his little black ass in the ring with Fury again. He knew he didn't want that ass whooping. So he said, you know what? I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna say I dent in my forehead. I'm gonna say I broke my wrist. I'm gonna say I twisted my ankle 7 times. I'm gonna say my costume was too heavy. I'm gonna say all this bullshit to derail all this nonsense. Hey, and keep that glove gate shit popping, man. Keep the party going, man. Keep distracting these motherfuckers, just so he could not fight Tyson Fury. And I feel like that's the most cowardice shit you could ever do as a fighter and former heavyweight champion of the world. I'm done.
Yeah. All of that you just said, and then some. I'm gonna add on that with the cream on top. Man, I don't know what to think about it. I don't know how they let this happen. Now, for the paperwork to get signed, everything be sealed and delivered to each other. That's the first thing that came to my mind, was that, okay, they let this happen. You know what I mean? Purposely. And I was thinking like, well, why? And I was thinking like, why? Okay. That's perhaps maybe why we had the article, that, or the news that came around saying that Wilder's in the best shape of his life. I was like, okay. We was like, okay, I made a joy, like, great. You know what I'm saying? And then this happens. So I'm wondering, like, was that put out there maybe to be make it, not look that bad, make it look like Wilder wasn't or Wilder's team, Shelly Finkel and them wasn't intentionally wanting to let the contract agreement run out? I don't know. What do you think?
I really think they knew what they was doing, bro. And I think they wanted to secure the bag, and they can't, and they couldn't. Because even when I was on Ring IQ's live stream just a few days ago, shout out Ring IQ, I was we was talking about how Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman, like they need a payout. They shouldn't let the contract expire because they want their money back. They want that payout from that fight. And then at the same time with COVID and money at the gate. So it was so many ways for them to try to get out of that contract. But it's like, but we was at the same time saying like, nah, they're not gonna do that because they want to get that payout. They gonna want it's money in that fight. They're not gonna let that money go by. Right. And for them to let that money go by like that, for them to just, and not necessarily just for the money, for Wilder to let his integrity and his honor as a fighter, now that comes into question. Whether he win, lose, or draw, the fact that you didn't take this third fight to at least redeem yourself, or even just take another ass whooping and be like, you know what, I am who I am. This is what it is, and boom, and move on. Like I can respect that more than this.
Man, look like it. Yeah. The thing is, look at the sequence of events. The last three major, I guess, news references, articles, or rumor articles that came out about Wilder. First, it went from Wilder's in the best shape of his life. Then, a few days ago, Mark Breland, Wilder split ways. And now this. I'm like, damn. If you notice, like, okay, he come out with Wilder's in the best shape of his career. A close confidant, whoever said that, whatever, boom, boom. It then comes out Breland released or no longer working, and then now there's no fight. So
yeah, what was the point
watching? I mean, what are we seeing here? Is what I'm trying to get at. I'm sorry, it's taking me. It's hard for me to put it all to words. What are we seeing? Are we seeing? I mean, what I said in the last video, we're gonna see a dwindling spiral of his career.
Don't know, man, but it really don't make sense to me for them to allow that to happen and for that to go down the way that it went down. And it's like, for Wilder to be said, why would you sit up there and say you're better than you was the last fight? Why are you sitting there putting out videos and got people talking about how you in better shape than you was before, when the whole entire time you can't sit up there and just tell me like he just thought this today or he just came up with this 2 days ago or this morning. No, he knew the whole time that he wasn't finna fight Tyson Fury. He knew this whole entire time from the time he left the hospital when he fought to Fury the last time. He not finna fight Fury again. He knew then, and the whole entire time he's sitting there lying to everybody, lying to the public, talking about his king will rise from the ashes and all that tomfoolery for this.
King will rise from the ashes. Justin, what you think, man? He said your king will rise from the ashes.
What are we talking on? Sorry.
Take over for me, Lauren.
What are we talking on?
We're talking on the fight between the trilogy between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. For what we hear is off.
It is. Well, you know how boxing works. Wilder looking for a way out.
You think so?
I think. Yeah.
Why you say that?
Well, he got dominated the first fight. He knows, the last match. What was it, February? That won't be enough time for him to evolve his right hand hit or miss style. And, Fury is just too technical with the new coach he had. Fury looks better than ever. And, I don't know, Wilder, I guess he's looking for a way out, an easier matchup. I don't know. Or, maybe just something didn't work, money issues or something.
Yeah. Well,
ain't no damn money issues.
You hit it right on the head for a lot of people, Justin. You hit it right on the head for many folks and what they believe.
Yeah.
Well, how was this fight tracking? Is what we need to ask also. How is this fight tracking compared to like the rematch? How is the trilogy tracking? Did people show much interest in it?
I mean, most people know. I bet even what's his name? BFTB Boxing. He probably knows deep inside Wilder will lose a trilogy. So I feel like some of the interest is gone. You know, we all know Fury will win.
Yeah.
Yep.
True, and that's true. And the LDBC has not been speaking on Wilder much of recently, have they?
Not that I know of. I don't really keep up with
they
them.
have not as much as before.
Yeah, not as much, and so that's saying something as well. So if they're not talking about him, and that means is there not much tracking left then for the fight on Deontay Wilder's side, and then you have the Fury side who already just going to they pretty much know, like from their side, like this is going to be a part 2 to the rematch. You know what I'm saying?
And I thought Fury won the first fight too. Hey, yeah, maybe you could make an argument for, well, it went both ways because, yeah, we all know Fury, he got robbed the first fight with the judging and all that, but there was a long 10 count, which you could say that, but it's whatever. Yeah. He got up in time and the judges robbed him the first time. And I was rooting for Wilder. I was really rooting for Wilder, but once that bell sounded, I was like, oh, man, Wilder lost it. He lost it.
Yeah. Hey, G5. Hey, shout out my boy G5. Where you at? I just saw your comment, G5. I'm going to get to you in a minute, Babs. I saw your comment, too. G5, get your black ass on the panel. Get your black ass on the panel and let people know who you is. You got subscribers, too, but you need to get your black ass on this panel. You got a boxing mind, too. Get your black ass on the panel. That link in the chat is for you. It is for G5. That link in the chat I just put is for G5. This link right here is for G5. G5, bring your black ass on up in here.
You gotta stop saying that shit.
Come on here and talk this talk. And hold on, let me get to Bab's comment. She said, yo, I watched Counterpunch last vid talking about Wilder and how he hadn't been training. Does everyone remember like a month or so ago when Kurt interviewed Wilder's boy Ty Jones? No, I didn't even see that video. I did not see that video. Myron, did you see that? Okay, wait, she put it in the chat. She said Ty said Wilder had surgery 2 days after the fight. The Monday after the fight. Watch it. Timestamp the vid is okay. It's all lies. One day he had surgery. Surgery in March. The next he had. Okay. Oh, so the next he had surgery in July. So what is it? Where are the receipts from all these injuries and surgeries? Don't know. Don't know. But what I do know is Wilder is a fraud. Wilder is full of bullshit. Wilder don't want to fight. He never wanted to fight the best. I told y'all that shit last year that Wilder don't want all the belts. He don't want to be undisputed. He don't want to be one face, one name. He don't want to be none of that. He lying to y'all. He been lying to y'all. He's an actor. That's it. The man can punch. Yeah, he can punch. But when he go up against somebody who don't give two shits about who Deontay Wilder is and don't care about that little one punch that he got, they gonna walk through his little ass like a fucking twig and they gonna beat the fuck out of Wilder. Just like I told y'all. All you gotta do is stay in the trenches with Wilder. He don't got shit for you. Derek Chisora will beat the fuck out of Deontay Wilder.
Do you think Wilder perhaps allow the contract agreement to expire so that he can get more time to work on more of his fundamentals? You think that's possible?
No. If he wanted to, why would he want more time to do something that he should have already been doing from jump?
Of course. Because his career is on the line now, his reputation, the little bit of name he has. So maybe he wants to try putting that last effort in, go back to the basics, and get it down to prolong his career. Just ask it. I'm just being, you know what I mean, trying to be optimistic for
Double
Wilder.
M. Answer Rachel's question. This is a good question, Rachel. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Rachel. She in the building. So what do you think Wilder did wrong? If he wasn't motivated by money or legacy, why did he stay in boxing so long? Why don't you I have an answer for it, but you give him an answer for it, Double M. Start with you.
Oh, money. And so he could try to get a stepping stone, a trampoline to Hollywood and acting. I think acting is his first love. He said he loves acting. He said that a number of times, right?
Mm-hmm. He loves it. He has a passion for it.
I think, you know, somebody presented him with an opportunity. He got in it and did what he did. I don't know if somebody he probably did what he did to make some side cash or whatever. I don't know. We don't know we know how the story goes. We don't know how it actually went. But whatever it is, we didn't have nobody to fill the void, and he came in to fill it as best as he could, to be honest. So, and that's what it is. So soon, he's gonna leave though. He's gonna be out of here before that record can look too diminished. You feel me? You're not going to see a Wilder take 3 losses in a row. No.
Right.
No. You're going to see you see the 1 draw, 1 loss. When Wilder get that, if Wilder takes consecutive losses, so if he loses this next one again, I say after the 3rd loss, he might get he might fight somebody that's a tune-up for whoever he fight after that. Put like this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. We're going to see it within the next 2 to 3 fights. Will Wilder just fade into the shadows, or he goes back up?
I think he's going to fade into the shadows. And to answer your question, Rachel. Well, go ahead, Noble. Finish your statement. Go ahead, finish your statement.
No, I believe, and many people believe exactly what you feel. But I think the next 2 fights is really going to decide. We're going to see in his next 2 fights. And this one coming up, if he does eventually fight Tyson Fury, will be the decider. And so maybe he got to get his heart up. But I think what's Wilder's record? 41-1. We're not going to see like 3 losses. We're not, or should I say, when we see the 3rd loss, that's when we see Wilder completely disappear from boxing.
It's 42-1-1.
Yeah. He's going to hold on. So he got that. That's well, people 50 years from now going to look at that record and be like, okay, wow. You feel me? So to make him seem like he was substantial in any certain way, you know what I mean? They're not going to let that record fall with too many losses. He ain't going to get like 6 losses, 9 losses like a Tyson or Roy Jones, who are actually great. We're going to see no more than 3 on that loss column. So it depends on who he fights in these next 2 or 3 fights.
So, Justin, why don't you give a go at the question that Rachel asked? What did you think Wilder won't if he wasn't motivated by money or legacy? Why did he stay in boxing so long? What's up, Mondo?
Well, I think he wanted to be the best. I think he thought he had the right hand to be the best. But now that Tyson Fury beat him, and if they do the trilogy of Fury will mollywop him again, and I can see him retiring or maybe getting a few bum layup fights to pad his record a little bit, look like, he retired good. But I think he stayed in there to be the best, but he was delusional.
Well, my take, Rachel, he stayed in boxing because it's either boxing or go back to IHOP. And honestly, if I had that choice with a shitty skill set and I can actually make millions of dollars doing this shit, I'm a box. That's what I'm
going back to no damn IHOP.
I ain't going back to IHOP. I'm going back there. You crazy. I can't stop fucking bitches. I got all these kids, all the shit, man. I can't go back to IHOP. I'm finna make as much money off this right hand as clinically possible. That's what I'm finna do. And if I can make hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, off of this, if I gotta play this role, if I gotta compromise whatever integrity publicly, because all it is he's compromising his integrity publicly. Who he is at home is not who he is in the public eye. I can promise you that. Who we see and who he is and what he's done based on his boxing career is more than likely not who Wilder really is as an individual. We do not really know who Deontay Wilder really is. We really don't. We have a shell of who he is. We have a piece of who he is. But we don't really know who he really is, because who he really is would expose a lot about him that would make him not look fit to be a boxer. So what we know is the persona. We know the character. We don't really know Deontay Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. And that's sad to say, but I think it's really because he didn't want to go back to IHOP. You know, at that particular time, I'm sure the man had probably like 3 or 4 kids before he went pro. You know what I'm saying? And working at IHOP with 3 or 4 kids in fucking Alabama is not the life you want to live, pimpin'.
But what if we do know the real Deontay Wilder, which is an emotional dude? I think the Deontay Wilder that's on the what if we do have seen him? I mean, because he can only create. He can only create. Yeah, he can only create what's within him to a degree, and perhaps, and should I say, what do you want to say? Exaggerated. Either way, wherever personality, you know, characteristic traits he has. So I think we have seen him. You know what I mean? To the best of his ability, try to blow, you know, see him blown up, build his personality, hopefully try to create a personality that's bigger than life so that the people will follow. But the people really didn't follow. So I think the more mild-mannered, low-key Wilder is who he actually is, which is who he was in the build-up to like the second fight. You know what I mean? I think that's more the person who he is. The second fight.
I can attest to that. I think that's probably more of who he really is than anything. But a lot of it, I think, is really just because, you know, it was either boxing and use the talent that he had, because the man had no basketball skills. The man had no football skills. He had no skills athletically whatsoever. I could give a fuck about anybody saying he's an athlete, he's this, he's that. If he was such an athlete, bro, because his first love was not boxing. His second love was not boxing. His first love, I believe, was basketball. And he sucked at that. The thing that he actually had a real passion for, the sport that he actually loved to play, he actually was garbage at.
Well, we don't know if he sucked at that, D. Damn,
I mean, but I've looked at some film. I've looked at some film. J. Cole played better hoop than him.
You looked at some film? From where?
Yeah. Look at it on YouTube. I looked at it on YouTube of him playing basketball and him dribbling and all that shit. He's not that good.
Hold on, when he was at the when he was at like at a park or something, and he did a dunk and all that.
No, not that one. Not that one. It was one where he was at somebody's house, I think, playing on a basketball court, and there was another one where he was in the gym playing. And it's like he's not good. Like for a guy his size, he's not able to utilize his size the way you would think he's able to do.
Like I've always said, he doesn't have like a natural high level of coordination.
Right. He could play, like, yeah, if he were to play against me, he'll beat me. He's 6'7". I can't get no boards over him. I can't shoot over him. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he'll beat me. But if he were to play against an actual basketball player, and I'm not even talking about an NBA caliber player, I'm talking about a decent college player, they'll dog you. He's not that. And I'm not saying that to knock Wilder. I'm just saying it just to be real with y'all. If Wilder was a good hooper, I would say he's a good hooper, but Wilder is not a good basketball player, so he doesn't play basketball, and he don't like to run, so he doesn't play football. So the only option he had as far as a sport career was concerned was boxing. And honestly, he made the most of it. He made more of his athleticism in boxing than he did in basketball and football put together. So for that, I applaud you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, he became a millionaire off of something that wasn't even his first love. His first love was basketball. He ain't make a dime off of basketball. He don't even love boxing. He just chose to do it because it was something for him to do. It was an alternative, and he made the most of that opportunity, and you can't do nothing but respect that. But as far as his skill set, he sucked. And the reason why he stayed in boxing as long as he did was because he had to maximize this opportunity the most he could, because there was nothing else but this. And if he didn't stay in this and maximize the dollar to the most of his ability, he was going right back to waiting tables at IHOP. And all Wilder was doing was having
I'm back.
No, I haven't given my prediction on Loma and Lopez.
That's
What'd you say, Jess? I can't hear you.
That's Loma. That's a Loma.
Let's go ahead and focus on that, because that's what's coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, that's this Saturday, Loma and Teofimo. I got Teofimo. by TKO.
Oh man, come on, horrible pick.
Justin's woken up.
Yeah, he finally woke up.
How old are you, Justin?
13.
Are you 13? Oh, you kicking? Yeah, you kicking the stage then. All right. Yeah. So what you feel? How you feel? I mean, call it. Then tell us what you think, Justin. Why you think Loma?
I think Teofimo Lopez. You know, the brute force, powerhouse style, high output, all this stuff. I mean, I saw them watching tape. They were looking at Loma's play jabs and just seeing it as kind of to annoy the opponents, and they're gonna say, "Oh, he does that. I'll throw a hard one over the top of his head." But look, I think Loma's just gonna be too technical. Loma's just gonna be too technical, man. And after 8 rounds, you're gonna see Lopez quit on the stool. Trust me, Loma will be too technical, and that's probably the easiest prediction of the year. Easiest prediction.
All right, Justin, you're tripping. Little man, you tripping.
What do you mean?
He said Teofimo gonna quit. Where is D Jefferson when you need him? He said
after 8 rounds. You'll see after 8 rounds.
You think Teofimo gonna quit after 8 rounds? Justin, you sound like you still got Similac on your breath.
Whoa. What you got, Double M? What you got?
I ain't going crazy as my little man Justin's doing. I mean, all respect to Mr. Justin Jr. I love the kid. But nah, I think it's gonna be, which my video is gonna be titled "The Bull versus the Matador." So
we gotta wait for that to get your answer.
Yep, the final prediction. But it's gonna be a bull versus a matador. But it's gonna be the Matador is that bull is strong, fast, and can move. Great maneuverability, great footwork, and all of that. And the Matador are gonna have to use his little tricks. You know what I mean? Lomachenko is gonna have to. He's gonna get pushed. I think Teofimo is going to push him, and one way he's going to push him is push him backwards. Mm-hmm. That is the plan. And when Teofimo came up with that in the video when he said he can't fight backwards, and then remember, and I saw the video came out after I did the live. Do you remember how that chronologically went? I said Teofimo cannot fight going backwards, and then your boy says it. I said Lomachenko cannot fight going backwards. He can't fight off the back foot. And that is apparently what Teofimo and his father thinks as well. You know what I mean? And I thought that was crazy. I was like, yeah, so I'm not the only one who's saying this. And then so when Teofimo said that he can't fight going backwards, I was like, boom, okay, I know exactly what he's going to do. So I think Teofimo going to come in there and be the aggressor. He's going to be the aggressor, and we're going to really, really see how your boy Lomachenko can take a punch on the chin. Not to the body. We're going to see how he's going to take a punch on the chin. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's going to be interesting, though. It's going to be interesting.
I think it's going to be hard for
I think it's going to be easy. I think Loma's going to be too technical. I don't think he's going to quit. I mean, Teofimo has that dog in him. He's going to bring it. But I think Loma gets a dominant, unanimous decision. No knockdowns, just too technical.
Oh, no, it's going to be some knockdowns. Okay, Lomachenko is hitting. If Jorge Linares put Loma on his, and he didn't even hit Loma with one of his best punches. He just caught him. He just caught him with a punch that Loma didn't expect, and he
put
went
on his
down.
ass.
He
Yes.
got put smooth on his ass, right?
Yeah.
So I know for a fact Teofimo hits harder than Jorge Linares. So I believe without the shadow of a doubt that Teofimo is gonna catch Loma with some hot shit, with some stupid hot shit.
Right here
And
on
Loma,
the show. Go ahead, my
he's
bad.
going to shimmy. He's going to shimmy the shit out of Loma. And now don't get me wrong. If Teofimo, now where I'm at with you, Justin, is the 8-round mark. And I'm not with you with the quitting part, but I'm with you with the 8-round mark part. And I tell you why. If Teofimo doesn't either hurt Loma enough or get him out of there by the 8th round, I promise you, Loma is going to make the proper adjustments to Teofimo's style, because that's what Loma does. He's been boxing his whole life. He's seen every style there is on the planet. So he knows every adjustment for every style that you can throw at him. You cannot take that from that man. And that goes to credit from Justin Jr. saying the technicality of Lomachenko.
He's seen every style in amateurs. It's a different type of system.
He's seen every style, bro. He's seen it. He's calculated. He knows what to do. So what I'm saying with it, and I get what you're saying about the amateurs. What I'm saying, to Loma's credit, is that he's adaptable. So what he will be able, if Teofimo doesn't capitalize on any type of hurting him early, or capitalize on any deficiencies that he can exploit on Lomachenko early, and give Lomachenko any time to analyze him or collect any data on how his fighting style is, Lomachenko will make the proper adjustments and he will turn the tables, and Teofimo won't be able to touch him. Because at that point, Lomachenko will be too technical. He will have all the information he needs to know where to hit you, when to hit you, where to move, and all that. That's what I mean when I say he's technical, and I think that's where Justin is coming from when he's talking about the technicality of Lomachenko. But that has to be, if he doesn't do that, if he's not able to do that, which I don't think he'll be able to do that within the first 8 rounds, it's going to be night-night for Lomachenko.
I think Teofimo can touch him, going to be able to touch him a lot. I think he's a good feeler. And Lomachenko said that in his on a video, he's very smart. He knows how to feel. He feels his opponent. I don't think it's going to be a point. I get what y'all saying, the 8th round, because I think Teofimo's only been past to the 12th round one time, right? Or no, a couple of times, 2 times, 3 times, I guess, as he later on. But I think he's going to be able to hit Lomachenko quite a bit. The thing is, another thing is, Lomachenko, one of the things that made that knockdown happen with Linares and Lomachenko is like Lomachenko sometimes also has his feet too close together. If you notice, Lomachenko's feet is never like in one position, right? Mm-hmm. He's constantly moving. That's his thing, his footwork, moving around, getting the best angles that benefit him. And that is his opponent. So what happened was, that's where Linares hit him. Linares hit him with his feet.
Yeah, right.
In the middle switch where his feet was not planted, they was moving. And Teofimo couldn't recover. Lomachenko couldn't recover. And sometimes I watched a lot of his film here. I like his feet is together. His feet is close together quite oftentimes where he's doing his dancing and moving around in his footwork. So I just studied his footwork a couple of fights. I was looking like, his feet's close there. His feet close there. And that's where Linares caught him with the straight right. He was jabbing. His left foot was coming up. That second jab was going out. Linares popped him, fell down quite easy. He was off balance and just was on his butt. That's why the punch didn't take much. That's why it didn't take a very hard punch to knock him down, because his feet was too close together.
Mm-hmm. He got caught off balance, and honestly, he can't get caught with nothing stupid like that fighting Teofimo, because if he get caught with something like that with Teofimo, it's going to be a situation. And if Teofimo, now to Teofimo's credit, if he's able to catch that, because that is a weakness, and if he's able to exploit that, and that's a habit too. Let's be clear. Yeah, that's a habit.
It's all a habit. Go watch a couple of fights and just look at his footwork. You know what I'm saying? You just like don't look at none up top, just look at his legs. I like his feet is real close together. But he's moving so much that you really won't pick up on it. But he does it quite a bit. You know what I mean? Especially when he's trying to come in and when he switches to the left, his feet would be completely should I say one is not behind the other, they'd be square with each other. You feel me? That means a punch right there is knocking him off balance and knocking him on his butt. But the guy didn't have the reflexes or the ability to exploit it. I think there is. And I know what Justin was talking about, that little video where Father was in front of the joint and watching that. And you noticed that he said, that's all I need to see. He's shutting it off. They just showed a little bit where they was talking blase. He didn't tell you everything. They didn't point out all the other things that they saw. So understand that, Justin. You know what I mean? With the double jab. I know exactly. You saw that from the build-up, the promotional thing when Father was doing that. Yeah, they only showed a little bit, though. You know what I mean? They just showed you a little bit just to make it exciting and everything, promo for the video. Like, this guy ain't nothing to keep it going. They didn't show you everything that they saw. But when he said he can't fight backwards, I was like, nah, they really see it, because he can't, bro. Everybody can say, oh, I've seen Lomo fight beautifully backwards. He does not fight backwards. He shells up and he dances out and spins around and resets. He does it 99% of the damn time. I've watched it too much. That's why I made that video, because I had to watch like 5 straight fights of him. I was like, okay, he don't fight backwards at all. He's always, and through the intimidation factor of course, the buildup of Lomachenko, this and that, and guys already psychologically, weary before going in a fight, they just take a stand and they fight going backwards. Why the hell was Luke Campbell, with his height and his length, ever going backwards versus Lomachenko? You know what I mean? You got to think about that. So it got in his head in mind. I'm going against the great Lomachenko. You know what I mean? The propaganda and the rhetoric. So Teofimo's like, that's why he talk about that in a promo. It's like, those guys are just mentally weak. You know what I'm saying? Justin, didn't he say that? I'm like, come on now. I mean, I want to see what they're saying. So he said, he's going forward and he's going to that body. And Luke Campbell, when he hurt him to the body.
Yeah.
So I stopped my pontification right there.
What's up, 1-2? 1-2 kid in the building. Shout out to the UGC.
What's going on, DT3?
Peace,
nothing, man. We just gonna cook on this Loma and Teofimo topic real quick.
How y'all doing? Yeah, man. I think Teal gonna put him to sleep.
Lopez here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying it because I just feel like Teofimo got too much pop for Loma, and I don't think Loma got enough pop to keep Teofimo off of him. The only thing that I'm worried about as far as Teofimo is concerned, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, is if Loma take him into deep waters, because Loma's punch output and work output is so consistent, will he be able to deal with the work rate through the whole 12-round duration? Which leads me to Farney's next question. Do you guys think Teofimo can carry the same power all through the 12 rounds? And I can honestly say I don't know. I'm not sure, because I haven't really seen him fight a guy like a Lomachenko of his work rate. And can he deal with the work rate, the body punching? Because Loma will go to the body. We haven't seen how Teofimo reacts to those type of situations. So that part remains to be seen. I'm not really sure, because he's going to be dealing with body punching and high volume work rate for the whole fight. And I don't think he's going to be able to really constantly keep that power up the whole fight. Let me correct myself. I don't think he'll be able to keep the power the whole fight with body.
Let me answer that first question. You said people were saying if Teofimo could carry this punching power through the entire 12 rounds. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't have to. That's what people, it's a flip side of that coin. Or another perspective to look at it, a real logical perspective. He doesn't have to carry the same power through the whole entire 12 rounds for the people who believe that, because guess what? Lomachenko ain't going to be at the full strength in the 12th round that he was in the first round. right?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be some fatigue. You know what I mean? That goes through there. So it won't take the power, the same power that Teofimo has in the first round, to drop him in the 12th, because they both will be depleted of a lot of their power, stamina, and resistance.
Right.
The only issue I got with Teofimo is that his mental capability. Will he be mentally stable to go the full 12 and have that type of pressure if Loma's being dominant, to be able to use his power, you know what I mean, to stay in there with him. But as for the skill set, I know Lomachenko is badass, but at the same time, somebody got an echo?
Yeah, it's me, bro. I think I got an echo.
Oh,
I don't know how I got an echo all of a sudden.
But I think that Lomachenko is going to run into some shots. I think that I hear people saying things like Teofimo has trouble with southpaw. I'd never seen him had an issue with a southpaw, and he never got out of fighting in a wedge either when he did it. Guys like Floyd, he used to fight in the high guard most of the fight when he fought a southpaw. Teo seems to be comfortable. I think also Lomachenko banks on guys to jog for position of their left foot when he's fighting righties, to jog for position, because most of the guys got to keep their foot on the outside of his, or he got to keep the foot on the outside of theirs. Teofimo don't do that. I don't see him buying into that. I think that he's going to be counting on him to do things like that, and I don't think Teo's going to bite. And when I'm not comparing Lomachenko to his southpaw opponent, Magdaleno, but every time Magdaleno tried for a position, he got caught prior to in transition, kind of like with Magnus was talking about. When he was right in the middle of transitioning, he was just running into left hooks. I mean, the moment the guy tried to transition, he would eat a left hook, or he would miss wild, or he would just check him and catch him with it. And I think he's got the type of power. We haven't seen him get punched by a guy like Teo. And let's just face it, Lomachenko really don't belong at 135. His skill set is what keeps him there. His fights are getting tougher and tougher. He's getting touched more and more. But and Teo don't belong at 135. He belongs at 140. So this guy's moving up to be there, and this guy's moving down. This guy's got a better skill set, but this guy hits like a shit brick house. And I think he can take the shots from Lomachenko. That's my
I think so too. You know what? And I'm gonna go back to this let me go bring up the Nakatani fight. When I keep hearing about the Nakatani fight, and I've watched this fight now 2 or 3 times, and that was, I should say, maybe nothing. Nothing was pretty much exposed. I think that was his best fight. If you watch that fight, he was tagging Nakatani every round with hot shit. But Nakatani was there to win. He wasn't there to just be a name in his loser column. And Nakatani was undefeated. And so I'm like, that Japanese motherfucker came there to win, bro. And he was tough. And he kept coming at Teofimo. And Teofimo kept tagging him, just tagging him. But couldn't get that big boy, couldn't get that tall, young bro out there. So, people, and Teofimo did look like, he got banged. Teofimo came out there with a little bit bruises on his face, without a doubt. But it was still a whitewash, though. You know what I mean? It was like, Nakatani showed great warrior in him, and he showed some skills. He had a great jab. He had a good right hand. And he was hitting Teofimo. But Teofimo was tagging him twice as much with hot shit, knocking him off balance right in the transition and trying to shift around him like you was talking about 1-2 Kid, how he was tagging Magdaleno. Mm-hmm. He was banging that boy. You know what I mean? And Teofimo looked like he was in a war. And by that dude Nakatani looked like he wasn't. Teofimo looked like, you know what I got from that fight? Exposed, honestly, that Teofimo might bruise easily. That's what I took from that fight.
That too. I was thinking about that too. What I took is Loma. He hardly ever looks unscathed in the fight, and like I said, he ain't been hit by a TO shot yet. So I mean, he may be busted up. This thing could be stopped on cuts for both of them. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
The way I got it is, see, I'm gonna tell you, hi y'all. My name is D Hodges.
D Hodges
in the building, but I'm not a hater. I'm a good LDBC person, so don't hate me. But yeah, I'm just saying, it's like, man, T.O. got it. All he got to do is not headhunt. If T.O. headhunt, Lomo's gonna box him out. But now T.O. hit Lomo to that body enough times because you can easily move your head, but it's hard to move out the way of them body punches. So T.O.'s only chance he gotta go to Lomo's body, because that one, that will slow him down, and two, it's hard to move your body. But if he go in there headhunting, Lomo's gonna outbox him. He definitely gotta go to the body.
Good point. He need to go to body early on, heavy. Facts.
But he goes to the body heavy with that straight right hand and that left hook. He digs that left hook down there too. So I mean, that's what same with Magdaleno. When he fought Magdaleno, every time the dude tried to transition, boom, right hand to the body. When he tried to go to left, boom, right hand to the body. When he tried to go right, left hook, right hand to the body. And I was just like, I don't know, man. and that power carries to the body too. It's not just a headshot, you know, and it's gotta take something out of you. But you know, you can count on Lomachenko to be in shape.
You see Rosario, Charlo just caught him with a small jab or something. But wherever that small punch caught him, that guy was rolling around on the floor and had to go to the hospital. So that body blows. Harold Spence does it to the body, and I think T.O. got enough power where he can catch Loma to the body, and that'll definitely slow Loma down. If he go to the body, he's good.
Yeah. What I will say is, since we all speaking on the body, I think the person, honestly, for real, it'll be a surprise that, for one, if it go 12 rounds, and the person that wins the fight will be the person that lands the most body punches, the person that's the most accurate to the body. I think at the debate we talking about, because we forget Lomachenko go to the body. Both of these guys go to the body.
Lomachenko's beautiful going to the body. His left hook to the body is vicious. We've already seen that time and time again. And I think that's where he's going to go for. Because I looked at the rib cage of your boy Teofimo. It looked like it's irregular. Certain things, like, I think underneath our rib cage ain't much protection. I think Loma's going to go to his body particularly. So you're going to see two fighters going to be going to the body heavy. So the head's going to be open.
Yeah, right.
He better leave that body alone, because it sucks, because when he drop in for that body blow and T.O. catch him, it's like Lomo need not headhunt, but at least like keep him away with his jab and stuff, because I got a feeling Lomo go to the body, and if T.O. is throwing a hook or whatever, once you duck down into it, it's a wrap. So in my opinion, I feel T.O. needs to slow Lomo down, and T.O. just need to pop T.O. in the face a few times, like bow, 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 bow. I got a feeling he go to the body, T.O.'s going to catch him.
I think this is going to be a fight.
Sorry, give me 2 minutes, you guys. I'll stay in the panel. Just got to go do something quickly.
Do you think? I think it's going to be a sense of this fight is going to be one of those fights where, we're used to, setting up, using the head to set up body punches, get them to start going to the head, get them to put their guard up high so you can go to the body. I think this fight is going to probably be the polar opposite. I think this fight is going to be a lot of guys going to the body, because you're going to see a lot of feints. You're going to see a lot of feints. No one can tell me you're not finna see a bunch of feints in this fight. You're finna see a lot of feints, a lot of quick jabs to the body. It's going to be a lot more body punch, and I think both of these guys are going to use body punches to set up headshots, because both these guys got really good head movement. They're not finna get caught with nothing stupid up top unless you're just good enough to catch them. So I think they're going to both go for the. Well, Teofimo, of course, he's finna try to walk him down, but once he see what it feel like, and 1-2 Kid can attest to this, it's one thing when you're talking about fighting somebody, or even when you're seeing somebody sparring and all that, but when you get in there with them and you actually see the little shit they catching you with that you was talking about, you wasn't gonna get caught with. It's a different thing when you in there with them. So what Teofimo may see outside the ring, it may not be as easy to deal with when he's in there with him.
Right.
And then vice versa for Lomachenko too. What he think he see on Teofimo might not be as easy as he think when he get in there. So we have to also count that as well. And 1-2 Kid, he can testify to this as well. If you want to, feel free.
I look at it like this. Teofimo better be ready to have the worst night of his life. Like, he got to be expecting the worst going in there. You could be confident, but you can't be overconfident, because look, you take the way that Linares fought him. Linares said, I've never been in there with somebody like that. Like, this dude was over here, then he was over here, and then he caught him here and there, and it was going back and forth. What I'm trying to say is, I think Teofimo got the attributes to beat him. I just want to make sure his head's in the right place, because when he starts dealing with that type of skills, is he going to fold in that position? So I get why people think that Loma going to pull it off. I completely understand, but where's the fun in that, y'all?
Right. Let's play the devil's advocate once in our lifetime, damn it. But I mean, I felt Teofimo could beat him. I ain't gonna lie. I felt Teofimo could beat him for one, because Loma is little. He little. And just like you said, 1-2, Loma is actually a 26, 30 pounder. He really is. And Teofimo is really a 40 pounder, possibly a future 47. So both of these dudes are pretty much fighting outside their weight class. One dude is moving up, one dude moved down. Or he never really moved down, because he ain't really did shit at 40 yet. But 135 is not going to be the weight that he's going to stay at. Lomachenko fighting at 135 is him in a sense daring to be great. Teofimo's fighting at 35 because it's the beginning of his fucking career, and this is where he's starting at.
But it's Loma's attitude that I think is going to hurt him, because he not in there fighting a guy that's smaller than him and highly skilled that don't take punches. He's not fighting Mayweather in there. He fighting a guy who's offensive, that gets gritty, and then once he starts landing punches, he sticks around for a lot longer than he's supposed to. He makes mistakes like that. And if you stick around like that for a Teofimo punch, that's going to be bad business. And that's what I'm counting on. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing against Lomo. I think he's a fantastic fighter, but I got money on the fight, and I'm counting on that shit. So
of course, because you got Lopez. He's the underdog. Shoot, I'm not gonna bet because I don't know. Can y'all explain me this stupid thing? How come I bet so much money on the person to win, but I lose money? But when you pick the person to lose, you gain money. Like, what's the point in betting? Why am I gonna bet on the person I know is gonna win because of the odds? I'm losing money. Just because I never know. I never bet it before. Just if anybody can explain that to me.
Well, you make money. You make money if there's someone that you know and everybody know they're gonna win, and you bet on them. You're gonna make money. You're just not gonna make you ain't gonna make a lot of money. So if you bet $100 and this dude's a heavy favorite, you might make $15, $25. So you'll get $125 back. But if you bet on the dude who's the underdog, you know what I'm saying? And he's a deep underdog and he pulls off the dub, well, then you rolling in dough.
Yeah, you rolling in money then. That's why they say sometimes it's good to bet on the underdog.
I'm just saying, if I'm gonna bet on an underdog, I figured the last time I was gonna bet on an underdog, I was gonna bet on Ortiz and Wilder. Yep. But then I realized the bookies was involved because they gave him another 30 seconds when he was rocked. And I was like, oh, so that's the problem. That's the problem when you betting, man. Because I was like, I do see a little hole in his game. I do think this dude could catch him. And then when he finally did catch him, they were like, nah, let's get this man an extra break. And I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, oh, shit.
See, but like I said, I'm still rolling with Teofimo because of the size and the skill. It's going to be different. This is not going to be somebody that Loma could bully, because I ain't going to lie, he bullied Rigondeaux. He bullied the shit out of Rigondeaux. And he tried to bully Luke Campbell, but that didn't really go well for Loma.
Right. With the bigger guys, he gets get back. Like they get back on him. With Linares and Campbell, they were touching him. His punches didn't have the exact same effect that it had on the guys that were smaller. They weren't as intimidated. You understand? Mm-hmm. So if they can keep that type of, if he could keep that type of goal, like if I go to full 12, I gotta be ready for everything this dude got. Like I might look stupid at times, but has he fought a guy as explosive as T.O.? Like you can say, well, he fought Russell. He's fast. It's like, yeah, but does Russell have that pop?
He didn't have a pop. He was fast, but he didn't have a pop.
Right. He's super fast, but there's a difference between quickness and being fast. And right off the start, T.O. letting him off, and he letting him off. Pop, 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 pop. So when he does that, man, he's going to look bad. I think he's going to look bad for the first couple of rounds, but I think once he touches him and Loma's like, okay, I got this guy where I want him. If T.O. keep his head about him and he keep his dad in the corner, because you know he's going to hear his dad in there to keep his head right, boom. Ain't no crowd. So, you know what I'm saying?
I think Teofimo could set up some traps based on that analogy. If he go about it that way, he could trap Lomachenko. He could actually do that. That would work in Teofimo's favor. He can let Lomachenko think he got him, and then as soon as Lomachenko think that he got him, pretty much Teofimo then set the trap, and he could counter him and catch him with some stupid shit. So I could see that actually happening. So it really, honestly, like I said, it depends on who really have the better night. Like I said, I'm going with Teofimo. I just think he's going to be too big. I don't think Loma going to be able to stand up to him. You know what I'm saying? But if Loma is able to do it, that's remaining to be seen. But I just don't think he can't bully Teofimo.
Because you never really seen him get hit completely flush. Like, he might get hit, but somehow he know how to turn his head a little bit where it ain't like the full contact. I don't know how he does it, but a lot of fights I watch, like people get a good one, but you can kind of see he kind of turns his head so it ain't like a good connect. Like he's pretty good at turning, like so you don't get full damage. So I
give you that.
I got Lobo, but like I said, if T.O. go to the body, it's over. He gonna stop Lomo, stop that running, bow.
I don't hate on nobody picking Loma. It's actually
I don't hate on it at all. It's a decent pick, you know what I'm saying? But what I will say is, skill-wise, in my opinion, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but skill-wise, the best skilled opponent Lomachenko has fought is out of Gary Russell and Rigondeaux. Skill-wise, those are the best two that I've seen him. I'm just saying overall skill. Those are the two guys that I think of. Who are the biggest guys that Loma has fought? I would say Salido was pretty big for a 26, 30 pounder. That's a big dude. Who else? Nicholas Walters was a pretty long, rangy, big guy for him. Who else? Jorge Linares was bigger than him. Luke Campbell was big. So he's been in there with some pretty, I would say out of the biggest, I would say Jorge Linares was probably the biggest because Jorge Linares has fought at 140. So Jorge Linares is the biggest that he's fought. Skill-wise, best he's ever fought was Gary Russell and Rigondeaux. And I honestly think that Teofimo skill-wise is better, and I think power-wise is better than Jorge Linares. That is why
power is not a problem. Oh yeah,
but occasionally
you just gotta catch Lomo with the power. But if he catch Lomo, oh boy, believe me, I'm pretty sure he hits much more harder than Salido. But so if he get caught like Salido caught him, it's over. I'm still voting for Loma, but I'm just saying the bad things that can happen. You know?
Right.
If he get caught like Salido, he's not getting up though.
Right. Salido went after him, and that kind of gave him a few issues. The low blows didn't help, but he was going after him. There were times where, Loma didn't look all that great. But when it comes to skill wise, the one thing that Linares and Campbell, I believe it was, that did was they would turn with him. When he turned, they were anticipating him to turn and launching shots. You know what I'm saying? And they were landing when they would turn with him. They would get down his patterns a little bit and get off, but he just would always step it up to another level on him. And I'm just saying, but I don't think it's going to be a different type of firepower coming at him. That's what's so intriguing to me about the fight, man. You know, there's a lot of if factors in it, you know.
But this is also right here a very good analogy or a very good scenario to look at too, and you can also attest to this as well. Shout out to my boy Kenneth Gordon, aka KG. He said, I think no crowd is going to be an advantage to the more experienced and mature fighter, which is Loma. I hope it's a great fight. Basically, for those who don't understand what KG is saying, and 1-2 can attest to this as well, when you fight as an amateur, the crowd really ain't, you're not really fighting in front of a very big crowd. You're fighting maybe in front of a handful of people. And Loma is used to that. He's done it damn near 400 times before he went pro. So he's used to fighting in the empty arena. He's used to that shit. And Teofimo, I don't think he's as used to it at this particular point in his career as Loma is. So that could play a point too, because Teofimo may want to he might get off, he might feed off the energy of the crowd, and Loma might not care about that. And that goes back to what you said, 1-2, about the mental stability of Teofimo Lopez.
Well, I'm hoping it's in the opposite direction of the fact that that's one of the reasons why he was having so many problems with Nakatani, is he was feeling embarrassed because the crowd was oohing and on. But would that had bothered him if the crowd wasn't doing it, because he's young-minded. So I'm hoping he's more mature. He pays attention to his, his corner. I'm just, my cup is half full. So
but the funny thing about it is, it's like now boxers got it hard, man. Because with the crowd, like, it's so silent, you can hear the other person's corner talk, like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, slip the jab. Like, it is so silent, I can hear both corners when they're yelling instructions because there's no sound. So you'd be like, yeah, watch that right. And now you got one one fighter watching the right, and then you be like, yo, and then the other corner, no, watch it to the body. Now you listen, watch it to the body. Yo, it is more harder without no crowd, because you can hear everything that instructors.
He ain't really gonna be hearing or understanding anything Loma Pop's saying though.
Oh yeah, he gonna be speaking a different language.
Yeah, because he can speak whatever.
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Dude.
English. Yeah. So he gonna know what T.O. Senior's saying, but ain't no one gonna know what he's saying.
But no, because see, TLC could do the same thing. Just speak Spanish.
Oh, that's true. That's true too.
Just speak Spanish.
That's true.
We gotta get Google. We gotta get Google Translator to see what the corners are saying. Spanish. Google Translator. Ukraine. Yeah. But if they talk in English, oh yeah, it's easy. I mean, I watched all these fights. I've been watching them all since this thing, and you can actually hear. Watch his left hand. Watch his left, and now he come with the right because he heard your manager, whatever corner man say the left. Yeah, go to the body.
You can hear the commentators dissing you too.
you can hear everything, bro. That's why I said this mad entertaining, and that's why I noticed we be getting more knockouts. And since this COVID thing and they started the fights with no crowd, they seem like they've been a lot more entertaining.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to shut it down right now, fellas. It's nap time for my babies. I wanted to say a special shout out. Thank you, D Hodges, for sliding through. As always, shout out to you, the whole LDBC, man, for being, established and fucking with your boy. I appreciate it. You show the world that there are some good cats that represent those 4 letters. And I'll always say that every time you come on the panel. You already know it ain't never been no super issue with the people of those 4 letters. It's just always for the fun and love of boxing. So appreciate you always for sliding on the panel, and feel free to come through anytime, bro. Anytime.
You already know I got you, bro, man. Once you gave me a wrench, you're the first one. You don't understand that, bro. Before you go, I go in just to go talk about boxing, and as soon as I say LDBC salute, when I go out and come back in, I be like, can't see my message no more. But you're the first one that is like other than LDBC that accepted me. That's why I love you, bro. And I'll definitely be back, my G.
For
you
sure.
have a good day, my brother.
For sure. And shout out to my boy 1-2 Kid, man. UGC in the building, man. What it do, bro? I appreciate you sliding through as always, man. Your presence is always a blessing. You're one of the also the very few cats that have been in there like myself that I could actually rap with, and we can actually talk some shit and have an understanding about some things that a lot of people don't even know. We may even be laughing at, but I always appreciate your insight, bro. You're my brother from another mother. If there is no other, and I always appreciate you sliding on the panel, bro.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to Magnus also. Lil Just, I see he's on here. And I didn't catch the name of who just took off.
Yeah, that was D Hodges.
Oh, D Hodges. Well, he seemed pretty cool. Thanks for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure, man. Do your thing, and shout out to the chat and everybody, and enjoy the fight, y'all. Later.
Always, man. And last but not least, I think he might be gone. You know what I'm saying? So if he's gone, I'm just gonna end it with this here, man. Shout out to my boy Justin Jr. 962. If you haven't subscribed, man, please do go subscribe to the boy's channel. He's 13 years old. I met him when he just turned 12. And the man has done more interviews in 365 days than I've seen anybody do in 365 days. I mean, he's interviewed some of the best MMA fighters that are out there. He just recently interviewed Butterbean. I didn't even know Butterbean kickboxed, so until I just had this conversation with my boy Justin Jr. I mean, he's 13. He's about to be 14. I mean, the little boy's on his way. It's kind of hard to not call him a man because he's doing grown man shit right now at only 13 years old, man. So if you haven't subscribed, man, go subscribe to my boy Justin Jr.'s channel. And for everybody that slid in, appreciate you. God bless you. Shout out to my boy Myron Magnus, aka Boxing Logic United. Shout out to my boy Double M for sliding through. And if you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe to my boy Myron Magnus, Boxing Logic United, Andrew Tucker, Andrew Tucker's World. Two hands, Mr. Two Hands Up, but two hands. Shout out to all my homeboys at the NBBC, man. It's all love, man. 100. We out.